In high-stakes environments, the most dangerous person in the room isn't the one who doesn't know the answer. It's the one who is too afraid of looking uninformed to ask the obvious question. We call this the intelligence trap. In traditional academia, you are rewarded for having the right answers. In the real world, you are rewarded for having the courage to challenge the obvious. In the next 300 seconds, we are going to perform an autopsy on the dumb question. We're going to look at why strategic ignorance is the ultimate tool for innovation, how it exposed a multi-million-dollar failure at 3M, and why your need to look smart is the single greatest barrier to your actual intelligence. Most leaders are drowning in complexity because they are too proud to demand simplicity. Class is in session. Why do we bite our tongues? It's called social signaling. We are biologically wired to protect our status. In a professional setting, status is often tied to expertise. To ask a fundamental question, the idiot question, is to risk a temporary drop in perceived status. But here is the dark matter truth. The higher you climb in an organization, the more people assume you already know the fundamentals. This creates a vacuum of understanding. Entire departments move forward on assumptions that no one has bothered to verify. Think about the beginner's mind. An expert is often blinded by their own sophistication. They are so focused on the 2% of complex nuances that they lose sight of the 98% of fundamental reality. This is how billion-dollar projects fail. Everyone is arguing over the color of the curtains while the foundation is made of sand, but no one wants to be the person who asks, wait, why are we building here in the first place? That question feels dumb, but in reality, it is a strategic stress test. If a system cannot survive a dumb question, the system is fragile. Your job isn't to protect the system, it's to expose its weaknesses before the market does. Let's look at the mathematics of failure. Take the history of the Post-it note. Spencer Silver at 3M was tasked with creating a super strong glue. By every academic and professional metric, he failed. He created a glue that didn't stick. In a high-ego environment, that failure would have been buried. But a colleague, Art Fry, asked a strategically ignorant question. What if the failure is actually the solution? He didn't ask how to make the glue stronger. He asked why we needed it to be strong at all. By reframing a weakness as a repositionable feature, he turned a lab error into a multi-billion-dollar product line. This wasn't a breakthrough of chemistry, it was a breakthrough of query architecture. Most people are looking for the right answers to the wrong questions. Strategic ignorance allows you to reset the board. It forces you to break down complex ideas into their primary components. If you cannot explain your strategy to a 10-year-old, you don't actually understand your strategy. You are just hiding behind jargon to protect your ego. Children are the ultimate practitioners of strategic ignorance. They ask why until they hit the bedrock of reality. Somewhere between the playground and the boardroom, we were taught that why is annoying. We were taught that I don't know is a sign of weakness. The most successful CEOs I work with use why as a precision scalpel. They use it to cut through the sophistication bias. Sophistication is often a mask for a lack of clarity. When someone gives you a 50-page report filled with buzzwords like synergy and paradigm shifts, they are paying the ego tax. They are trying to look smart rather than being useful. Your role is to be the person who says, I don't understand this. Explain it to me like I'm a novice. This isn't self-deprecation. It's a power move. It forces the speaker to prove they actually know what they are talking about. Most of the time, they don't. They are just repeating accepted norms that haven't been questioned in a decade. Richard Feynman, the Nobel-winning physicist, was famous for this. He would sit in meetings with top-tier scientists and ask the most basic, idiotic questions imaginable. He knew that if you can't describe something in simple terms, you haven't mastered the concept. Real intellect isn't about accumulating data. It's about the courage to dismantle it. It's about the vulnerability of admitting you don't know, so you can actually begin the process of knowing. Every time you hold back a dumb question, you are choosing to stay uninformed to protect a temporary image. You are trading long-term authority for short-term comfort. In the 300 Seconds University, we don't value comfort. We value clarity. Clarity is the result of 1,000 dumb questions asked with total confidence. Stop trying to be the smartest person in the room. Start being the person with the most courage to be confused. Your idiot questions are the keys to unlocking the breakthroughs your competitors are too proud to see. Challenge the obvious. Verify the fundamentals. And never ever assume that because everyone knows something, it is actually true. Most unspoken rules are just habits waiting to be broken. Don't be afraid to look silly for a second so you can be right for a lifetime. This is the end of the briefing.